Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dynasty Wars. So, hey, what is Dynasty Wars? What word is it? Well, first, we're going to pick Xiao Yun because he's a handsome boy archetype. This is a game based off of the manga Tenchi wo Kurau.
Taking the field, Xiao Yun.
Not to be confused with Dynasty Warriors. So we will be playing entirely on horseback. This game is kind of interesting. It was made in 1989, so this kind of predates Capcom's like big year, 1991, where they really hit their stride with beat 'em ups. We only got 2 buttons as far as I'm aware. Hello, Judge. Hello, Cat. Hello, AJ. Hello, B. Yeah, this is just all about Dynasty Warring in a place where Dynasty Warriors would never do any sort of content. That's right. It's the Yellow Turban Rebellion, which no Dynasty Warrior game has ever gone into in any capacity. So, I'm going to keep the beeping sound as low as possible by talking constantly. So, hi everybody. 1989? That explains the noise. Yeah. Oh, look at that. I haven't lost yet. Yeah, this is an older one. I wanted to play this because eventually we want to play Warriors of Fate, which is a game made in, I believe, 1992 and is a sequel to this game. They've got a little bit more bona fides under their belt. They had made Final Fight, they had made King of Dragons, and Knights of the Round, plus countless others. Yeah, battle damage. You gotta do battle damage. Also, something inventive they did with the controls that I would not imagine. Anyone doing? Ooh. Oh. The text moves way too fast. Don't worry about it. We're not gonna. So you can actually hold either the right or left button and then change just by keeping one of the buttons held, which is a surprisingly complex maneuver given that this is 1989. Like, I don't know of too many games that like really did the whole hold button thing, except for like, I don't know. Street Fighter 1 didn't do it. That was more pressure sensitive. People were getting weird with games. You can moonwalk on your horse. Why not? This is fantasy. You gotta be able to moonwalk on your horse. Hello, Rose. Welcome to Not Dynasty Warriors. So, I'm personally a fan of Capcom's like weird Three Kingdoms games. They're fun. They're a lot of fun. Yeah, not Dynasty Warriors at all. Although, hey, would it be insane to just be like, hey, let's play all the Dynasty Warriors games on stream one day?
I have killed General Kenyenji.
Oh, I've killed the general. That dude is in half. That dude has been bisected. For not being insane to do it. Yeah, I kind of just want to go through all the major Dynasty Warriors games, including 9.
The level was raised.
The level was raised. Oh, cool. Thank you. I raised that level. I did it all by myself. Hell yeah. Oh, I love these like big damn key eyes. To hell with you. So, because I'm a big fan of a Dynasty Warriors game, I have been for a while. I love Miyamuso, and I would love to just have an excuse to play Muso-style games. In all honesty, like, given the opportunity, especially now that I'm like seriously thinking about moving the schedule back just an hour, to starting at 5 p.m. My time, there are a lot of games I can play where I can just do a mission in an hour. Like Monster Hunter, Dynasty Warriors. It's good stuff. I found out the other day that the OG Dynasty Warriors was a fighting game on the PS1. For some reason, I always thought that it started on the PS2 as a Busto already. So, here's the funny thing about that, because I know exactly what you're talking about. Now, when the game was released in the West, the very first Dynasty Warriors, it wasn't called Dynasty Warriors, and it helped kickstart a brand new language problem for the franchise. So they called the fighting game Dynasty Warriors here in the States. And when they made the first Muso game for PS2, it wasn't called Dynasty Warriors 2 in Japan. It was called, well, whatever it was basically called Dynasty Warriors. And it was only here that Dynasty Warriors 2 was named 2. And so ever since, the Dynasty Warriors series has been given a different number depending on the region. So if you've been playing Dynasty Warriors 9, no you haven't. You have been playing Dynasty Muso 8. You thought you were playing Dynasty Warriors 8. Nope, you weren't. You were playing 7. You thought you were, like, and so on. But it's true. The very first one that released in the States that was called Dynasty Warriors was a fighting game, and it was a one-on-one, and it was a surprisingly decent one. Like, I'm not going to say it rips, because I haven't played it in a bit, but I really liked it. Let's see. I learned recently that the much-discussed difficulty of pulling off special moves in Street Fighter 1 is actually overblown as far as the non-pressure sensitive button version is concerned. Turned out, just gotta do the button's negative edge, and then it's quite consistent. Yeah. It's Street Fighter 1 is just kind of fascinating. There's a lot going on under the hood, and if they didn't make Street Fighter 2, the series probably would have died. But there were so many ideas cooking under there. Yeah, hi, Crow. Xiao Yun, the pretty boy of the bunch. You can tell by his pretty boy face. So, we're eventually going to fight the leader of the Yellow Turban Rebellion, Dong Zhuo, who is often depicted in Dynasty Warriors as a large, disgusting man. And so, I always wondered, because I don't actually know that much about the Three Kingdoms, but I do know about the fictional retelling, Romance of the Three Kingdoms, that we often see depicted in tons of media where, like, there's, like, a history buff who has, like, just the biggest affection for this particular era of Chinese history. Hi, Necrobob. Go, big man. Go get his head. Oh, damn. Let's hit a ball. Hit the ball. Watch the Abobos. Oh, God. Beat 'em ups I will never play. For 600, Alex. Double Dragon. Oh, God. Thank you.
You make me laugh. Come to see me at Tongmengu.
Hell yeah. Okay. Dongmengu. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully well. Hopefully, if not well, you are here because you would like it to be well. Whatever it takes. Anyway, here's Dynasty Warriors Infinite Runner. This is like the closest we get to a Muso. Oh, thank you for the redemption. Pretty decent English voiceover for 89 from a Japanese studio. Yeah. It's pretty darn good. About Joki! Teriyaki jerky. Oh, no, I'm thinking about it. Thinking about teriyaki. Trying to convince myself to stop working. If you continue to work, you will die. Does that help at all? Let's see. I did good today. Ran errands and checked out the local Christmas tree display at the museum like an adult. Oh, hell yeah. Thoroughly exhausted due to stupid, annoying reasons, but I also finished Dredge yesterday. And hey, Dredge, very good game. Oh yeah. Dredge is fantastic if you haven't played it, and I've heard nothing but good things about its new DLC. I haven't sat and committed to that game. I need to, but I haven't sat and committed to it. Because it's really good, and it's one of those games that's so good that I feel like I would be doing it an injustice if I didn't give it the time it deserved. Oh god, Dredge is a fantastic ending. Don't tell me that. I'm in need of a good ending. Okay, I love that I can take out these oil pots before they become a problem. Oh yeah, we are in deep Muso territory now. I can knock the arrows out of the sky. I'm not saying chewy meat fixed me, but I'm saying it did something for me. Listen. Sometimes that's finally made it. And I'm not like my brother. Get this. Come get some. Acquire this. Acquired 1 Aspie. Okay, we're just going to keep whacking. We don't need to be up in these guys' faces. We can kind of move around. Be careful. I do kind of love these arcade adaptations of manga and anime. Like, naturally we've gotten we've seen quite a lot of like Western comic adaptations, right? We've played Avengers, Punisher, Spider-Man. Like, some really good stuff, but like, it's really nice to see like more obscure manga that like I've never heard of. So maybe not that obscure, but obscure enough that like kind of going, huh, I wonder if I should check this out. Because there's also like Legend of Successful Joe, which is an SNK game that we could play.
I have killed General Tong Tao.
Hell yeah. God, that's a lot of blood. Our apartment people gave us a $100 gift card as an apology.
Defeated the Huang King. Do not be too confident. We are too strong.
Oh.
They cannot touch us.
They cannot touch us. $100 gift card as an apology for not fixing that bathroom leak until recently. Hey, free money. Sucks that it took it even remotely as long as it did, but I'm glad it got. I'm glad you got some like restitution for that. Some recompense. They cannot touch this. Objective: touch them. Love it. Gotta love free money. I found out they redid Q like the 60-bit sprite for his post-game rematch in SMRPG, and yeah, I finally beat all of Super Mario RPG Remake, including the post-game. I can safely say I beat the final post-game boss in one try. It was not easy, but gosh darn. That is a good-ass remake. I kind of wish they included a New Game Plus for all the stuff that you get for it. And, like, I would have not minded the new difficulty mode. But I'm also kind of like, I got Super Mario RPG Remake. I don't know what else I can safely, reasonably ask for, you know? Let's smash them! Oh yeah, I did talk with Lark about doing more beat 'em ups together, including the 2 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade games. So we got that to look forward to somewhere down the line. I'm gonna figure it out. I think we're going to play... I got 4 Capcom games I want to play. Dynasty Wars, Warriors of Fate, Knights of the Round, and King of Dragons. So I want to play those next. Doing fantasy and historical. We already called who gets which turtle. I always give everyone else first dibs. Always. just because. So it'll happen. Like we'll get the turtles we want. Unfortunately, I'm not the argumentative type. Like, I don't get into the whole, like, but I want to be this one. I'm just kind of like, yeah, pick whatever you want. I will rock with whatever I got. It's a different kind of egotism. It's like, I'll be fine. I will figure it out. And oh my god, look at how many dudes. So many dudes. So many guys. Oh, hell yeah. We have things we can do now. Oh, we have tactics. We are strong. Jikazay. Like how the guest gets to bed, pretty much. The only reason that wound up not being the case in some instances in the past was just because of bedding arrangement. There being one bed for 3 people. Like that was, I don't know. But more often than not, I'm like, just take the bed. I don't care. I'll sleep on the couch. It's all good. I will make it work. I am happy to make it work. Okay, we don't have enough health to do the big damn special move, I guess. Unless... Yeah, it takes away 12 HP to do a special. Boom. Hell yeah.
I have killed General Wei Shang.
Oh, no blood. I love that we just get that announcement. I have killed the general. Wu Shouguang. God, I don't know if Chinese is ever a language I'm going to learn once I get to a point where I'm comfortable enough with Japanese. I want to get through as much of the Duolingo program as I can to get to where I can start reading other stuff, but I got some languages I want to learn, and Chinese is really interesting. And a lot of the languages I want to learn because I want to play more games and read more books. And there's a whole Chinese, like, games industry. And a bunch of stuff never got translated. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, what if? I could do it. I could do it. I just need to dedicate time. It's all good. He was so old, he didn't have any more blood. It was just all sand and minestrone broth in there. Oh, God. Stab. Stab. Come on. Stabby. Oh. I want to get into the Chinese gaming scene. I do. China and Korea have pretty illustrious games markets that, like, alongside some European countries, and like now we're getting into like a much larger Mexican and South American game development scene. We're getting a larger African development scene, which has all sorts of languages to learn. There's just a lot that we can play now that we couldn't before. And that's really exciting. And I love the idea of like sitting down and like learning a language and learning the culture so that I can kind of understand why things get localized the way they do. That's actually been the fun thing about playing. I'm playing Judgment right now, the RGG studio, Ryuga Gotoku studio. And sorry, I have to say it like that because if I try to say it, Ryuga Gotoku, it just sounds awful. Ryuga Gotoku. It's been a lot of fun kind of picking apart signs, figuring out what some places are. Being able to actually see everything on Pink Street. Being able to see what all these businesses are and why everything is advertised the way it is. Because they don't localize the signs. They don't go in and do that work because they're not trying to. They want to keep the spirit of what's on there as intact as possible. Yeah, Detective Skinny Jeans and Yakuza Daddy Solve Crimes, the game. Judgment is great, by the way. If you ever want to play a Yakuza game or a Like a Dragon game, but you don't want to invest in a big, long, confusing, like, reference pile, you don't want to feel like you're missing anything, play Judgment and Lost Judgment. They're fantastic. They are just as good, just not as leaden by its history as Like a Dragon game. But I've gotten to the point in my Duolingo where I can start pointing out, like, oh, I can see why they localized a line like this. Because, oh, the actual words used aren't accurate to what is localized. But the intent and meaning is 100% there, and if they translated it directly, it would sound awful and be confusing. And it's kind of fun getting to that point where you can start understanding localization decisions. Really cool. Like, there's not a heck of a lot that I find more appealing right now than like seeing the way those kinds of things work, understanding a process better than I did before. Like, I love knowing how something works in that context. I'm not a mechanic or engineer, but I do love, like, artistic mechanics and artistic decisions and systems. My name is Lee Poo.
I am here to assist you.
Oh, hell yeah. We got a buddy. I love a buddy. Oh yeah, we have a new ability new tactic called Ambush. That's kind of cool.
I am here to assist you.
Swing Young Will. Yeah. We get a button that just gives us a guy. I love getting a guy. Judgment also has one of the most appealing female characters in the history of RPG games. Thrilled that if those games were ever streamed here, would feel every single heart in the chat immediately. They will be streamed here. So I actually have a plan for how I want to stream the Yakuza games. Because it's going to be something a little bit more comprehensive than I thought. We are going to eventually play Yakuza 1 through 5. And I might even play Dead Souls. I think that's going to be a thing. I'm going to see what it will take to do that. I will play it first, get a vibe. But, we're going to play everything in release order. And that includes the Judgment games. So once we're done with 6, we'll be playing Judgment, we'll be playing Like a Dragon, Ishin after 7.
I will not forget you.
And then Lost Judgment, and then Like a Dragon Gaiden, and so forth. Like, it's going to be a really interesting time, I think. Anyway. Let's kill more dudes. We're getting there. We are making it happen. Also, props to this game for having a bizarre kind of pacing where it feels a lot longer than it is. Probably due to a lack of variety, but it hadn't even been 30 minutes. kind of feels a little bit substantial. Like, dudes are dropping quick. Bosses don't last nearly as long as you think they do. But you do feel like you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. You know? I'll burn you with the city of Loyang. Okay. God, I have so many games I want to sit here and play. I'm also sitting here thinking about Metal Gear Solid, and now I'm thinking about doing that, and Dynasty Wars, and... so much. There will be some games I just don't upload to YouTube just because it would just be an absolute mess. Maybe I'll do it anyway. Oh, what is this power gushing out? Dude, don't tell me about gushing power, okay? Oh, that charge move is actually doing this. Huge wonder. Oh, sweet, we got flaming arrows. Hell yeah, look at that. We got a cool spear, we got flaming arrows, we got the whole bag. We could be doing better. But it would take some effort. Hell yeah. Flamin' Cheeto. Whoa. There we go. Oh, Bigman. I love the Bigman. Bigmen are great, actually. They look like a Rystar Karnov villain, you know? God, one of the things I have to be mindful of, if I ever get a larger audience, which, you know, may happen, may not, is a lot of people aren't really going to get some of the older references, because a lot of these games aren't very accessible. I can't just drop I can't drop Rygar or Karnov in a conversation and just expect people to get it anymore. And that's the worst part of getting older. Oh yeah, like think about how big horses are IRL. Big men are big. Yeah, these are like average sized horses. These are some like, they're noble steeds who are of reasonable size, within expectation of a hearse. And then you see the big men who are about the size and heft of a horse and its rider. That's ridiculous. Also fabulously colored. They gotta be. You want to go in on a blase beige horse? No. You go into battle on a colorful rainbow steed. You gotta. That's why people loved Robot Unicorn Attack.
I have killed General Yongki.
Death rides a beige horse. Bigman all reverse engineered from centaurs. Yeah, just breed it out. Nongganchang. Oh, damn. Oh, I love that. That's some storytelling right there. A city has been burned to the ground. And in the distance, we are trying to attack the perpetrators. This bitch don't even got a bottom half anymore. The only way to save him is to turn him into a centaur. Sorry for the late game twist. He ain't got a leg to stand on. He really needs a leg up. What a waste of time. I guess he's no longer hip with the times. On account of us kneecapping them. Bisexual, bicurious, or bisected? No guts, no glory! Thank you for giving me material. I would like to hire you all on as scriptwriters for the show, which was absolutely scripted ahead of time. Because honestly, I'm just stealing all your material anyway. Guess this general should get out of the land war and enroll in the Naval Academy. Have we all considered getting into stand-up? Because he sure didn't. Okay. I had and still have a friend who is off living her best life, who was a wheelchair user. Still is. Terminal wheelchair user. Great person. And one of the ways that we liked hanging out was telling fun about specifically that. And it was one, like, the ways in which you got to know, oh yeah, this person's cool with you, this person's trust you. Learning how to thread that needle. Oh, that got a good ball. Yay! Hell yeah. Nailed it. Hi-yo! Oh, crow. Very good use of emojis. Very good use of emotes. Which you used on account of your subscription to twitch.tv/Andajack, where you can get exclusive emotes just by following or subscribing. They're very abusable. Ow! What are you doing? Kill him! Okay. Okay, boss. Okay, we got stabby time. Even more so. Damn. His reach is a little further than ours. I think... Okay, who is this guy? Because he's dressed like a strategist. If it didn't break our flow, I'd be using this one after every line, right? It's a good one. You would be right, too. Oh, God. Wow, everything is on fire. Everything is catching. Yes, everything is catching on fire. Any opportunity to just say any line from Fingertips, I will be taking. My dudes! Oh, look at that. Look at that mess. No, we're not doing that. I'm ready for my second year in a row for Twitch realizing my most used emote is also my favorite. I'm so glad. It just works. It's a good time. Okay, we're going to go ahead and like let ourselves use as much of this as possible. It's like through it. Not thematically appropriate at this moment, but when it becomes so, I'll spam it. Hell yeah. Just gotta spam it. Okay, wow, they really just go all in on this one, huh? Classic beat 'em up behavior. When the going gets tough, throw more enemies at the player. Oh, hell yeah. You gotta use hi to, you gotta say hi to my mother. If you follow or subscribe, you get access to an exclusive way to say hi to my mother. You can't do it any other way unless you use bits to unlock a random or specific emote. Just so you can say hi to my mommy. It's a good time. We're all friends here.
I have killed General Lee Joe.
We've seen some of these sprites before. Do it for mama. Gotta do it for the mama. Listen, it's not every day you can find a Twitch streamer who's like, no, my mom is totally cool with what I'm doing. No, seriously. She is unnervingly cool with what I'm doing. No, seriously. She knows everything. I do. It's great. Then again, I am very much the kind of person who's like, if you don't enjoy everything I do, that's okay, but I'm less likely to hang out with you. You know what I mean? She's into the horror games, chat. Fatal Frame was one of her favorites. Freaking loved it. She really liked Silent Hill. Fatal Frame is still her favorite. Oh, hell yeah. Blue Sky codes, because that's where I primarily am. I'm off of Shitter. Kind of. I still use it when I need to, but it's just X-Twitter is like just not a great place to be, and the codes for Blue Sky are easy to steal. But Blue Sky is a pretty good place, I will admit. I've tried a few. I never tried Thread because there are some things about it that will mess up your Instagram account, and I already don't like my Instagram account that much, but I don't want to mess with that. It's not very good. So I've tried co-host. I'm still on Tumblr. I've tried a few other social media apps, and Blue Sky is the one that's like really sticking with me. The Alta turn? Okay, so I'm gonna give a small pitch for Blue Sky. You don't have to use it. Like, you're not going, like, everything is so segmented right now, everything is so fragmented that it's not really, like, if you can help not being on social media, you shouldn't be on social media. However, Blue Sky is kind of interesting because its moderation tools are front and center. You can show, warn, or hide a whole bunch of stuff, bit by bit. It has feeds that you can manually create and subscribe to that will show you all sorts of stuff, including ways of just seeing the images people post or following like specially curated things. Like specially curated posts from users that are added by hand. You can make your own algorithm, so to speak. And while it's still in beta, the community is a lot easier to deal with. I would say the only social media site right now that like really hits right is co-host. Like those are the big two right now for me. Co-host isn't nearly very big, but if you put in the work, just like with Blue Sky, you can make those two very special. Oh, big guy. If you kneel down and beg, I will save you. No thanks. Do I look like a sub? No. I may look like a twink with shaggy hair, but I will not kneel. Yes, you can, like, somebody made a custom feed for AJ's favorite baseball team, so, like, make it happen, yeah. Ooh. Just realized one of the things I can do. Oh. Ow! Smaller, quieter Twitter where you can add other feeds and such. Hell yeah. Someone's escaping! Okay. I think he is riding two horses, actually. I think he's just riding two horses at the same time because he's so large. Because he himself is the size of a horse. I use Tumblr because instead of hanging out with the shitty drama queen at the barbecues, dating this white supremacist who keeps making them worse and everyone hates it, but they seem really enmeshed. You're sitting next to the table with the dog, talking to it about Batman, and also Neil Gaiman is petting the dog. Yeah, Tumblr is still alive, and it's kind of the best it's ever been because it's already had its worst days. It's down to a skeleton crew where they're not really worried about ads anymore. And they're kind of just focused on features that they actually want to put in. It's a very small crew, and they're not going to be able to implement some of the site-wide BS that it's kind of known for. And that's great. Like, it's still got a lot of the best of its old culture, and very little of its worst. Ursula Vernon is running a CYOA in the other corner. Hell yeah. I don't doubt that. I really like Tumblr. Don't go to Tumblr, but also Tumblr's great. All right, make sure you use those codes right away. Seriously, I'm not joking. When you see those codes, the issue is there are bots who are trying to pick up codes wherever they see them. And AJ was very smart in using the brackets. So you can't just copy paste as easily. Which is good. Good. You did good.
I am here to assist you.
Give me a hand! Oh, yes. Some moderation hogwash aside, Tumblr is still a fun place to hang out. Tumblr rules because kind of nobody expects it to make a lot of money anymore. Yeah. It's my favorite part. God. I'll accept your challenge. Come on. I'm pretty sure this is what is often referred to as Dong Zhuo. It's not called that here. There are different ways of translating their names or localizing their names, and you'll see that a lot as you go throughout the years, looking at media that focuses on Three Kingdoms. In fact, I think even the way names are spoken in Dynasty Warriors games changes over the years when they get localized. It's only fairly recently that they've been doing like more accurate names because they've been releasing games more often in Cantonese. Which I think is really cool. Like, Cantonese is a cool sounding language, and it just kind of hits right, you know? Screw you. Flame time. Yes! Fire everywhere. Tumblr has been a complete and utter money sink. Every time a corporation thinks they can profit off it, and I gotta admit, I kind of vibe with that. Yeah. It's kind of like Morbius, except people actually like it. Love watching billionaires try to grab up a piece of bizarre subcultures for their data farming and Tumblr just to effectively set all their money on fire. It's hard not to respect it. And they're doing their best. The current site runners are just like, they know the situation. They're not blind to deaf. They're not. They get it. They especially get it now because they removed most of the staff. Greasy club venue that has a very specific audience and no one understands how it's stayed open for so long, including the club owner and the regulars. Yeah, 100%. It's also kind of fun because Tumblr has the kind of history that once you understand it, a lot of internet subcultures make sense. One of the popular beliefs about TikTok is how sensitive they are to a lot of things, how morally black and white a lot of the Gen Z users are on there. And it didn't start there. It didn't even start on Tumblr, but it was a well-known thing on Tumblr. It was just as much a pejorative as the phrase social justice warrior was. Like, we've been like this. Kids go on the internet, they get a cause, and they frickin' fight about it.
I have killed General Tung Tok.
And so you have a whole bunch of people who grew up from that. And we're like, okay, you know what? We don't need to do that anymore, but we can still care about these things. We can just have better nuance that actually gets to the heart of the problem. Anyway, we toppled the building.
A great victory! Shout for our victory!
Woo! Wow, that actually timed well. No! Ah! Hell yeah. Look at us, we're just a little guy. Oh, we're doing so good. Wish kids would find better causes. Like bringing back 3D beat 'em up. We need more 3D beat 'em up. Give me more 3D beat 'em up just so I have more content. Nunchuck finally died. After all, he was not equal to the task. Hoo-hoo. Chun-Gen was almost in my hand. Liu Bei's army surprised me. They are not bad. They could be harmful to my plan to conquer the world. I have to fight it out sooner or later. Who is this man who boasts that Chung-Gung in his hands? Is this turbulent time still going on? Liu Bei and his comrades had no idea at this point that the battle was merely a beginning of the war. Coming soon, Dynasty Wars 2. They say soon, but it wouldn't come out until 1992. Though, fun fact, even though Dynasty Wars didn't actually come out to consoles, its sequel, Warriors of Fate, did eventually hit PlayStation and Sega Saturn in 1996. Anyway, those are some fun facts for you. And I think we're good. I think we did it. I think we have beaten Dynasty Wars. We're good. Oh, I actually really like the idea behind this game. I think the way it's executed is a little dated, but mostly in the sound. I don't think I've ever seen a beat 'em up do that before, right? I mean, the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, what we saw is often considered kind of the prologue to the big meat of the Three Kingdoms story. That whole event. Called as such because there were multiple kingdoms kind of battling out over control of the entirety of China at the time. And it's a lot of fun. I think a lot of people overlook Dynasty Warriors. I think a lot of people overlook that era of Chinese history, except for the people who are really, really, really into it. And it's worth getting into, I assure you. But we're done for now. So for those of you who are live, we'll be back here in a few minutes. For those of you who just wanted to check out the arcade game or just checking out the VODs, thank you very much. You can find more at twitch.tv and at youtube.com/@Anderjack. There are a lot of ways to support. You know the drill. Follow, subscribe, click notification bell. You get exclusive emotes on Twitch, and I'm making sure as much stuff as possible goes up on the VODs. So, with that said, thank you all for coming. I've been Robin Anderjack without a C. Check y'all later.